By Foot Peddler Paddle is my out there adventure book that takes the reader around the world. Cell phones and GPS devices don't work here. On past Pecha Kuchas, I've presented Copper Canyons in Mexico, a climb on a 14,000-foot mountain in Colorado, and tonight, a kayak story from my book. Nice, nicer, nicest, wham! That describes the first 4 days of a kayak adventure along the coastline of Pecha in Ontario, Canada. As a moderately experienced kayaker, this adventure on the chilly water of Lake Superior proves to be a challenge. Heading east from Marathon, Ontario on Trans-Canada 17, my husband Lee and I turn south on 627 and drive to where the road ends, the gateway to Pecha. The park's vast open water has few islands offering protection, and most of the harbors are mere indentations in its coastline. While stowing our gear into the storage hold at Caddy Cove, I noticed the park ranger surveying the lake with binoculars for a family of 4 that is overdue. The waylaid foursome, a mother in kayak and father with 2 teenagers in an open canoe, appear around the bend. They tell of their 10-day vacation becoming 12. We shove off for our 6-day cruise where the next 78 miles of shoreline are undeveloped except for a 37-mile hiking trail that meanders near the edge. Poking around a jut of land where breakers can come crashing in, we cinch our spray skirts around our waists and seal the cockpit. We pull onto a peninsula where the flowing water of the White River empties into the lake. After setting up camp, Lee fishes a spot he dubs the meat hole, catching a bragging-sized walleye sufficient for supper and breakfast. Following our lemon-buttered dinner, we cruise 3 miles upstream on the White River until it ends abruptly at the bottom of a powerful waterfall. Pulling over near the base of the cascade, we notice a trail leading to a cable suspension bridge crossing a gorge. Lee steps onto the open slats of the trampoline-like overpass dangling 75 feet above the chasm's roaring river. The wind howls down the channel, swaying the cables. Preferring solid ground, I don't linger and return to the kayak for the paddle to home base. The second day is a gentle cruise to Fish Harbor. We discover a white sand beach, but the only other kayakers on the lake, a father-daughter twosome, have arrived first. Out of respect, we drift around the corner to the smaller Cave Harbor. This spot has only one flat campsite next to the decaying skeleton of a moose. Day 3, we paddle to Fisherman's Cove. The terrain beyond the beach is steep. The park's highest point, Tip Top Mountain, is 7 bushwhacking miles inland. We meet 2 female park employees that are hiking, hoping to encounter a rare caribou or one of the park's 300 Pecha pits. On day 4, Lee chants the old sailor's rhyme, "Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning." We always listen to the marine weather radio, which forecasts southeast winds at 10, waves up to 3. Satisfied with the report, we shove off. Inching our way beyond the breakers, I sense the wind is stronger than suggested. Suddenly, we find ourselves in roiling turbulence. As the wind intensifies, I can barely hear Lee yell, "More left rudder!" I know we only have 10 minutes to get out of Lake Superior's perilous water if we roll. A 6-footer picks us up, propelling us towards a submerged boulder. I slam the left pedal hard, trying to miss the disastrous object. Sliding onto a beach, I consciously peel my fingers off the oar. I realized I hadn't been white-knuckle paddling for what seems like an eternity. That evening, the whitecaps beyond the breakers subside. The updated marine forecast said, there had been small craft advisories with winds at 30 miles an hour. The wind abates, so we paddle to Willow River as the first rain in 25 days downpours. My pad gets wet. By morning, I am in a pool. I crawl out of the tent. I am not only damp, but the outside air is dripping with fog. I see the father-daughter team that we'd met earlier heading into the eerie stillness of the lake. I'm uncomfortable with the fog, so we spend the day exploring the Willow River Wildlife Area. There's a walking trail, but no vistas due to the gray conditions that keep us holed up for 24 hours. In the morning, we leave Willow River, test the conditions, pull onto a primitive site where we encounter the father-daughter duo again. The four of us paddled to the dreaded Campbell Point. I won't enjoy myself until I am once again floating in Hattie Cove. Stroking quickly to the finish, thoughts of that family we met on the first date in the open canoe send shivers down my spine. A huge smile radiates across my face when I hear the kayak scraping onto the sandy beach. Looking beyond the safe haven of this snug harbor to the tremendous lake we have explored, I bask in a warm glow of another triumphant feat kayaking past ancient rock formations, Arctic plants, boreal forests, just as the Anishinaabe and early explorers once did. Home might be more comfortable, but nothing beats a week catching and eating fresh fish, sleeping under the stars, and surviving the challenges of Mother Nature. Even though we didn't see a caribou or find one of the mysterious Puckasaw pits, I can appreciate the raw beauty of Puckasaw and her hidden treasures. Research shows that trying something new gets the neurochemicals flowing, making a blissful feeling. As this month's Sea Kayaker magazine says, when the intensity of emails, Facebook, and technology take hold, it's time for some real social networking. Like I say, it's time to unplug and play. Thank you.